you'll find with an open mind. He may be.
I tell you what we'll do. We'll just go ahead and let's just start taking calls.
Throw it open.
Let's go.
Get
So
the sir.
here we are, 8 minutes 23 seconds into the show. Ryan from St. Louis, you're live.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Martin.
How you doing?
I'm actually happen to be a theist, so
Oh,
that's
good.
news for all the.
Well, the chat room's very happy right now. So what's up?
There's one thing I have a disagreement with. Are you familiar with the God hypothesis by Richard Dawkins?
I think you mean the God Delusion, the book?
Yeah, well,
God Delusion?
it's like a chapter of the book where he asserts that the existence of God should be treated as any other scientific hypothesis should be treated.
Yes.
Yeah, well, okay, we're familiar with that, yeah.
Okay, well, I disagree with that. I think I was basically wondering what your guys' take was on that, because I think
He's right.
I think he's right, yeah.
natural being.
He's right. Here's the reason for that, and it's something that Tracy's covered quite a bit, and better than probably any of the rest of us. And that is, it depends on your definition of a God. If your God is something that does not in any way affect reality, then okay, there's no way to test for it. There's no way to verify it at all. But if your God manifests in reality in any way, if your God can answer prayers, heal people, make the sun stop, raise people from the dead, if your God can do anything remotely like that, then that is something that is within reality, which is subject to scientific inquiry.
Okay, but not if it's in reality based on.
It doesn't matter what the source is.
Power.
No, it does not matter what the source is. The source for every new phenomenon that we identify has an unknown source most of the time.
Yeah.
That does not exclude it. We may not know what the source of something is, but we can still investigate and verify that the phenomenon is occurring. Now,
Okay,
it may be the case that you cannot get from this happened to therefore it was caused by something supernatural. In that aspect, you're correct. You can't verify the existence of the supernatural. What you can do is verify the existence of the prevalence of the phenomena and the reliability of it. And it's been tested. The various claims about prayer and whatnot have been tested scientifically.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
But that just proves that particular prayer, did not elicit that particular result or whatever. That basically, think of if there was a supernatural being, he could, like an omnipotent being, he could make it so that his discovery would be impossible.
Sure.
But still could interact with the real world.
No.
Yeah. See, right there, that's sort of contradictory. It's part of the whole notion of omnipotence is internally contradictory. It contradicts itself.
Well, we don't have to go all the way down.
I know we don't have to do that.
Interacting with reality.
But the point is, that is a specific example of it. You can say, God can completely make any sort of direct evidence of his existence completely impossible to detect. And yet, if he is having direct effects on the real world that we can see, and this is the God Christians believe in. They believe that they pray to God and he answers prayers, and these prayers have results in their lives. Here's something that is doing something in the world, but you cannot look at that result and in any way study exactly what caused that result.
Well, let me do this a different way. What could God do that we could not test for?
Okay, like let's say while you're sleeping, God puts $1 million in your closet, and then when you wake up, he makes it disappear.
How do you know it actually happened?
Yeah, how would you have any way of knowing that at all?
Well, you wouldn't. That's
okay.
kind of the whole.
Would you have any good justification for believing that it did happen?
No.
Okay. So
unless you for some reason wanted to believe that it happened for some reason.
That's not a good justification for believing something.
Well, why not?
Okay.
Well, it's not especially rational, that's all.
It's not always a good justification for believing something, but it could be.
No, it's never.
And what circumstance?
Simply desiring something is never.
Only a fifth deals in absolutes.
Sorry?
Only a fifth deals in absolutes.
Only a what?
Fifth.
Oh, yes, I am the Dark Lord. Are you going to turn into a prank call, or are we going to keep conversing?
Nah.
Okay. The thing is, I'm sorry to tell you that there are, in fact, absolutes, 3 logical ones, but I'm not going into the tag thing right now. I asked if you had any justification for believing it, and you admitted rightly that you don't. And then you said that unless you wanted to believe it. Well, okay, there are all kinds of things that somebody may want to believe. I couldn't give a rat's ass. What I care about is what is true and what is demonstrably true. And when I ask whether or not a belief is justified, I am by definition excluding simply the desire for it to be true, because that is not a rational justification for believing that something is likely to be true. That is simply a desire.
Yeah, and you could just as easily justify believing in anything at all, if that were your sole justification for it.
I want there to be leprechauns who come in and do my laundry at night. That's a strong desire of mine. Is that am I justified in believing that it's true? No. I may believe it's true, but that would be an irrational belief that lacks sufficient justification.
Okay, I mean, yes, you're bringing up good points here, but we're kind of divulging from what I originally said, in that a supernatural being is untestable. You can't use the laws of science.
Gotta get away from this illusion for the sake of the